Tell us about, if you don't mind saying the story, about how you were in the amateurs and then you got brought here to Ventura County by the Garcias, and how you ended up maybe with Danny, you know.
Well, the whole story behind that is I was an amateur, and by this time I'm working very hard, you know. I became a national champ. At the time, I was trained by Ron Lyle in Denver, Colorado, and I went into this gym randomly, and I didn't know anybody, but I spent about 2 months going there every single day with my nephew in his bassinet still. So I'd bring my nephew with me every day, and Ron Lyle thought that I had a son. I was like, no, that's my nephew, man. I have to go to work, go to school, then I got to babysit. But since I found a gym here at the Salvation Army, I come here every day and I spend 2 hours on it. He said, hey kid, I've been here for many years now, and I see you come in here every day and you kill yourself for 2 hours. You don't say nothing to anyone. You stop to give your nephew his bottle or whatever, and you keep working hard. He said, do you want to do something with yourself in boxing? I said, I'm going to be world champion one day, Ron. Or Mr. Lyle at the time. I was like, I'm gonna be world champion one day, Mr. Lyle. He says, you keep that up, and I'm pretty sure you will. He said, and he told me his story, and I was just like, wow, man. He said he fought Muhammad Ali and everything back in his day, and it was a very close match and whatnot, and I'm just like, wow, man. He says, there's no reason why you can't get to the top. I said, yes, sir. So I just listened to him every day, and then from there on, I just went to the regionals, state, nationals, everything, wiped everyone out. At the same time, there was a Garcia that was fighting there as well. He lost going into like the quarterfinals or something. I don't recall too well, but at the time there was Robert Garcia who was actually at the gym or at the tournament. And I guess he was scoping me, you know, kind of looking at me. Maybe just saw me that day or something, but I wiped out the whole tournament, got a gold medal by myself. So then from there, he started throwing offers at me, and I thought he was kidding with me. And I've never heard of someone make money as an amateur, and apparently there were, you know. So by this time, he asked me, hey Vic, so who do you live with? I told him, I live by myself, man, but I got to get back to Colorado at the time because I have to go back to work. He says, what do you mean to work? I said, well, I told him the whole story and everything, and he's just like, wow, man. So he ended up offering me to move out to Oxnard at the time. I said, you know, I never heard of Oxnard before. So I was like, you know, yeah, sure, you know, I have nothing to lose. He says, what would it take for me to get you out here? I said, just send me a plane ticket and I'll be here tomorrow. He thought I was kidding, but I wasn't, you know. Pretty soon I got back from the Nationals to Denver, Colorado. I told my sister, hey, I got some good news. I'm moving. What do you mean you're moving? So I'm leaving to California. She says, no, you're not. I said, look, I'm not asking you, sis. I'm leaving to California. I have nothing to lose. Nothing to lose. I have 1 pair of jeans and 3 t-shirts. Nothing to lose. I said, look, if I get to California and these people do me wrong, what's the worst that's going to happen? I have to get a ride home. That's it. I said, so please sign these custody papers over. I got them printed from the courthouses already. All you got to do is sign here, here, and here, and I'm off to California. Well, how are you going to get there? And she started crying on me. I said, look, sis, I'll be back in a couple years. I said, I'm going to be world champ one day. She started crying because she thought I was never going to come back. But 2 years later, I never came back, but I pro debuted instead. And by this time, you know, the Garcias and I were doing pretty decent. But then it started getting, I think, greed kind of took over a little. Not on my end, though. It was more along somebody else's end, you know. And then it just didn't work out for me. I just said, hey, I don't need stuff like this. I spent 2 years there. And in Oxnard area, and those are 2 years that I don't regret leaving, you know. They're part of my history. I pro debuted out of Oxnard. Hey, Oxnard has its nice areas, but the areas that were introduced to me, they were too crucial for me. I went through too much nonsense being in such a camp. And I don't think any human being should live up to going through nonsense like that. I know I didn't tolerate it. If you tolerate it, hey, my hat's off to you. You're a better man than me. You know, so I just said, hey, I can't do this. I left there 5 years ago, and I've been in Ventura ever since. I went to college in Ventura. I train out of Ventura. I have my gym in Ventura. You know, great friends had it here. You know, I surf here. And nowadays, I have a great guy who is not too respected by his own family, which is Daniel Garcia. In my eyes, he's one of the greatest trainers out there, aside of Freddie Roach, of course. with all due respect, man. He's up there for sure, though.
Absolutely. You know what? I think that a lot of that. I mean, just from outside looking in, following you and your story, I think a lot of that sometimes certain fighters get jealous because, dude, look, you're a good-looking guy. You speak very well. You're very articulate. So you got a lot of talents that are not boxing related that you bring into the gym sometimes, and other people might be like, who does he think he is? You know?
Yeah.
But you're proving. You're standing up and you're proving.
Maybe so. There was once a speech that I heard. It was by Michael Jordan. Well, they asked Michael Jordan. This was Tony Robbins asking Michael Jordan, Michael, what makes you different and separates you from the rest? Michael Jordan replied simply by saying, there's good, there's great, and there's excellent. I set myself to be outstanding so I could stand out. I took that into here and here, and that's it. It's history. That's how I see myself. If somebody has anything bad to say about me, hey, man, good for you. I'm not going to sit there, waste my time on you of this is why and dwell on it. Hey, good for you. You think I'm this and that? Hey, congratulations. That's awesome.